team, Mark Graham here. Thank you so much for joining me for my second balance workshop masterclass Zoom online series. Hopefully during last week you had a chance to practice your handstands and do our handstand conditioning little mini episode that was posted in our group as well. Today, just remember, you're going to need lots of safe training space, nothing you're going to hit or run into. Make sure you've got lots of water. And at any time in the video, if you don't feel comfortable and you're not sure about doing an exercise, please don't do it. Feel free to watch or revert back to an easier exercise. So today, team, the way that today will work is we will be going over, after a basic stretch, some really important muscle activation exercises. We're then going to recap very quickly the handstand pyramid from last week as kind of a bit of a conditioning warm-up kind of thing. And then today we're going to start the process of learning how to get into a handstand through what we call a press, which is when you lift the body and lift up into the handstand. After that, we will work on some elbow stands, so some elbow forearm balancing, which some of you may have done before, maybe you haven't, but it should be really, really fun. So yeah, as I said, make sure you've got everything all prepared. Let's get straight into it. So we're going to start with a stretch. Starting first, we're going to look left and right, and up and down. And then we're going to go arms going forward for 4 circles, and backwards for 4 circles. Crossing one arm over, just like last week, into our forearm stretch. For an extra stretch, bring the arm along. And then stretching over to the other side. Star shape, switching over and hold. And then other side, switching over and hold. Perfect. Twisting side to side, loosening up your spine, soft knees, which means slightly bent. Cool. We're going to reach up nice and tall in the air, squeeze your body together, practicing almost our nice straight handstand shape. And then rolling forward, curve the shoulders down, rolling as far down as you can with straight legs, bending when you need to, hands hit the floor. We're going to stay here, relax the head. If you can, try to straighten the knees as much as possible for a hamstring stretch. If you like, bend the knees all the way down for an Achilles stretch. Sorry, bend the bum all the way down. And then lift the bottom back up in the air. Bend the knees, rolling up. Great, do that one more time. Rotate the hips under, pull the ribs in. Arms up in the air, stretching up nice and tall. Rolling forwards. Bend the knees if you have to, hands hit the floor. If you feel comfortable, you can jump into a downward dog or simply walk the hands forward a little bit. Bend and straighten the legs, walking back a bit if you need to. From here, front support position. Bend the arms down, laying on the floor. Curve the shoulders up, pull the tummy in, stretching out your tummy. From here, pulling up into a cat position. And you're going to keep your bum and knees where they are. They do not move. You stretch your arms forward and you push the center of your chest down so you're in this fun little cat position. We call this the stretchy kitty or cat reaching under the fridge. Good job, team. From here, elbows onto the floor, just like in our elbow position. Your knees are going to stay up and you're going to slide your knees out, keeping your toes where they are. Make sure you don't move your shoulders at all into a froggy position. If you need to, you can open your legs slightly through your feet, but I prefer you don't. This is stretching out your groin. Pushing back for an extra stretch. Good work, team. You can relax. You're going to have nice straight arms, cross one leg over, push the knee away for a glute stretch, just like last week. Remember, you can stretch the head forward if you need more of a stretch. And then swapping over to the other side, push the knee out, nose coming forwards. Nice work, team. Back to downward dog. We'll just do our hammies really quickly. Lifting one leg straight up in the air, pointing that foot. Maybe some beats if you want to. And something over to the other side. Nice straight leg, pushing that leg up. 3 beats. And then to finish off today, we're just going to go over the tuck position really quickly. So the tuck position, well, rock and roll actually. We're going to tuck our chin. We're going to curve our body. We're going to rock back. Open our legs over our heads. Keep our hands on our shins. Then pull your heels in nice and quick to sit back up again. Yeah, I just want everyone to do 3 of those for me. Cool beans. Actually, oh no, we'll do that later. Never mind. Cool. Grab some water if you need some water. So team, let's get started. With your handstands, it's really important you have good body tension, good body control. You're not loosey-goosey, yeah? What is really important that people don't understand is in our tummies, we have our, well, hopefully people know, our 6 packs, those 6 muscles that really fit people have. Under those muscles are the really important ab muscles. So these guys, while they're important, it's the muscles under. Those muscles are called the transverse abdominals. If you've done my classes before, I probably have hounded you about this. The transverse abdominals, essentially, think of it as a muscle corset that wraps around the body. If you can engage your TA, your transverse abdominals, your handstands will be supported a lot more than if you don't. Okay, so it's quite hard to activate them, especially when you're first trying out. I'm going to try and help you guys. Ultimately though, this will be a journey that you'll be taking on your own, but I'm just going to help you start it. So essentially, what I want you to think about, team, is when you contract muscles in your tummy, a lot of people do it with their breath. They go, and they're holding everything in, and they feel really skinny and good. It's not really what we want. You want to think about pulling your muscles through, sorry, let me start again. You want to think about, I breathed in that time. Pulling your muscles back, just the space between your belly button and your groin, pulling it back and slightly up. Think about pulling it towards your spine. This is kind of that feeling you want to have, that contraction of pulling in. So, first up, let's figure out how to tell if your TA is working. What you're going to do is find your hip bones. So that's the little sticky outer pointy bits of your hips. Your fingers need to move in 1 centimeter and down 1 centimeter. Now, it might help you guys if you put your hands into your pants and just feel directly on the skin. I'm not going to do that on camera. So, what you're going to do, team, here is pull your tummy in, your lower tummy. Try to relax your upper tummy. So you're just pulling the space between your groin and your belly button in, and you should hopefully feel where your fingertips are, that area harden. That is going to tell you that your TA is switched on, okay? If you can't feel it very strongly or you can't activate it, that's fine. Trying this and doing the next exercise is going to help. So it's just that nice pulling in. So, first exercise, you're going to lay down on your back, making sure that I'm in the frame of the camera. Yep. From here, team, you're going to set your pelvis properly first. So, with your feet in a sit-up position, lift your bottom up and then roll down from the top of your spine to the bottom. Now, your back should be totally flat on the floor. If it's not, rotate your pelvis under, just like I taught you last week. From here, find that position of your hip bones, fingers going by 1 centimeter. You're going to now pull your lower tummy in to activate. Yeah, try and harden that area, not your 6-pack, the bits below. Now, if you're still having trouble with this, obviously I'm not speaking from experience, but ladies, apparently it helps for you if you pull your, so activate your pelvic floor muscles. I know that men have them too, doesn't work the same for us apparently. So activate your pelvic floor muscles, it will help you activate your TA. Men, and ladies, I'm so sorry for saying this, Think about nuts to guts. You want to pull up and in. Yeah, I can't believe I just said that live, but you know, hey NICA. So, pelvic floor activated, nuts to guts. Pull your tummy in. I promise I'll never say those words again. And hopefully your T is activated. If you haven't activated it yet, keep practicing while I go into the next section. You can go over this or look up some YouTube videos to help you guys as well. If you can feel your TA activate, make sure you're still curving your spine slightly. You're going to lift up and make a right angle through one leg and put the leg down and lift up the other side. The entire time, your goal is to maintain your TA and make sure it doesn't switch off. You need to learn how to activate your TA and keep it activated. If you feel your TA turn off, you're going to relax, reset, reactivate, and go again. So everyone, if you can, squeeze your tummy in and lift that leg up. Yeah, so it's pulling that tummy in. Those funny key phrases I told you to do earlier. Controlling the body, make sure your lower back has not activated. So this exercise, seriously, is so important. It's so good to supporting your handstands. I really encourage people to become experts in the use of the TA. Alright, so team, when I say pull your tummy in or activate your TA, that's what I mean. Pull your lower tummy in, activate that corset that will wrap around and support you, and you're going to feel your handstands go a lot better. Very quickly, if you find that you are actually quite expert at that skill already, you can try that same exercise but in a cat position or a front support position. Pull your tummy in, and you're going to lift the leg up and down, squeezing your tummy the entire time. So you might do 2 on one side, 2 on the other, and then keep swapping over. But this is more just kind of optional. So feel free to pause if you want to do 10 of those on either side. Okay, moving right along, we're going to go over our handstand pyramid just like we did last week. Starting out first with our flat floor position. So team, remember it's all about rotating those hips under, pulling the tummy in, squeezing the legs together. Let's do it all together, I'll help you guys. So first up, squeeze the legs together, rotate your pelvis under, activate your TA, pull your tummy off the floor, arms up in the air. We're going to squeeze, pushing your hands into the floor today for 15, 13, 10. Pull your tummy in, make sure try and get your tummy off the floor if you can. Make sure you're not sticking your bum up at all. Should be rotating under for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work, crew. Up into our cat position. Remember, it's all about squeezing those fingers. Pull your fingers in, and you've got your shoulders pulling forward 7 times. Cool. Once that's done, if you want to, hands under the knees, releasing your wrist. And once you're done, you're putting the hands back on the floor. We're going to hold our front support for 30 seconds. No, actually, we might just do 15 seconds. I'm aware of time. Yeah, sorry about last week. It went a bit long. So we're going to do our front support position. So squeezing those fingers, one leg out, starting in 3, 2, 1. Go just for 15 seconds. Pull your tummy in, shoulders over hands. Remember, it's all about stacking. That's 5 seconds. And 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bloop. Cool. Check out those wrists. Grab some water if you need to. We're going to move on to the L handstand, just like we did in the first episode. Now, crew, of course, remember, it is better if you can use an object that is hip height for this. You want to have a proper L shape, a proper box shape. I'm going to use something smaller because unfortunately I just don't have the resources for a L handstand at my home. If you have to use a smaller object, that's fine, honestly. Oh, actually, I could maybe use milk crates. Cool, luckily, for some reason my house has like 50 of these. Well, that's really tall. That's alright, I'll do really good. Might just add some carpets on top to protect my little feet. So crew, hopefully you're all set up now, ready for your L handstand. Yeah, I'm sure I'll be fine. Cool. Okay, team, so remember the L handstand, straight line from your flexed feet to your bottom, straight line from your bottom to your hands. We're gonna hold for 15 seconds. Okay, crew, remember, if it's, you don't be using something flimsy like I am a professional hand balancer. I trust myself that I can do this without getting hurt. You need to be using a table or chairs that you know are not going to move, okay? Don't do this. So, feet on top, pushing up, walking your hands in, straight line from your hands to your bottom, from your bottom to your feet. Making sure you're not pushing back, shoulders forward. We're going to hold for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cool, 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 cool. Great, so that is our L handstand. All we have to worry about now is our wall handstand, and then we're going to start working on some new stuff. So, wall handstands, remember, unless your coach tells you to, if you're working at home, you're going to go tummy to the wall. Your feet are flexed the entire time. You pull your tummy in. You don't want to be pushing onto the wall like this. You want to think about having a nice rotated pelvis, pulling your tummy in, arms up next to your ears, okay? We're going to hold this one for 30 seconds. I might grab my timer so I don't cheat you guys. Making sure that you're thinking about today pushing up slightly through the arms. Don't just be sunken down like here. And we have a slight push up so you're really supporting your body, activating your lats. Okay team, here we go. Wall handstand just like last week. Feet on the wall, climbing up. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds. So make sure the feet are flexed, shoulders over the hands. Oh, that didn't start. There we go. Got 25 seconds to go. Squeeze legs together. Flex the feet, tummy, quads away from the wall. Make sure you're not arching, putting all your weight into the heel of your palm, keeping your shoulders forward over your hands. You got 10 seconds to go, team. Stay strong. Pull that tummy in. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cool, 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 cool. Woo! Okay, crew. Oh, I'm gonna cover myself up. Alright, hope everyone's loving the extra kilos that come with lockdown. I sure am. Okay, grab some water, stretch out those wrists, and we're going to move on. So, because we're training at home, teaching you how to get into a traditional handstand by doing our lunge handstand with a kick, it's a little bit more dangerous, especially because you guys don't have acrobating most likely at home. So, I'm going to start working on pressing. So pressing into a handstand is essentially getting into a handstand without kicking up and trying not to jump up. So a press handstand looks something like this. So I'm going to do a tuck press, which means I go through the tuck shape like we did at the start of our class. So hands on the floor, I stack my shoulders, my bum, and then I lift up from tuck, inches straight, and then I reverse back down. Essentially what I've just done is, if you've done classes at NICA before, I've done a bunny hop to get up into the handstand and then pushed up. That was controlled. So team, I'm going to start to teach you guys the basics of those movements. If you think, gosh, this is really advanced, the exercise that we're going to do is quite foundational. You're not going to actually be doing that, what I just did. You're going to be doing it essentially laying down. But if you learn these pathways and these movements, when you do get back into a studio, wherever you are in the world watching this, I'm sure there's lots of international viewers, you're going to be ready to start working on these skills with your coach in the space. Okay? So, up first, we are going to be doing a fun exercise up against the wall. I'm going to move my mat against the wall real quick. Alright, can't push it. Just going to do this. I'm going to move this out of the way. Alright, so to learn how to do a tuck press team, you're going to go through the movements. Now some bodies might not be capable of making these shapes, but I think in general most of you will be able to. What you're going to do is you're going to lay down on your back, hands on the wall. Now, when your feet are out like this, in this position, you're imagining that you are in a handstand. So this is the full handstand position. Okay? We're going to start this exercise by going through the movements of the tuck handstand by putting your feet up against the wall. Okay, so you do want to be like up as much as you can, straighten your legs as much as you can. From here, what you're going to do is you're going to get your bum, so you want your bum off the floor at the start. You're going to roll your bum down, your legs will straighten. From here, you tuck your feet until your whole back is on the floor, until your toes touch the floor, and then you extend out to straight handstand. That's essentially what a tuck handstand is like. We're going to reverse that now by squeezing our tummy in, pulling through our knees, pull our tummy as well. We're going to curl up, feet hit the floor. Yeah, let's do that 5 times. So we're getting our bum to the floor by extending through our toes, tucking our feet, pushing out, pull our tummy in, wrapping back up. Great, we can do that 4 more times. Now you can play with this. You might want to think about when we're in this position, you're actually quite tucked. So you might want to start in a tucked position and stay tucked the whole time as you push through. It's really just about moving through the pathways. So 2 more times. And 1. Flop, 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 flop. And a 2. Great. So that is essentially the tuck handstand movement as much as we can possibly do at home in this kind of space. We're going to do now almost the exact same exercise, but actually inverted. So what you'll be doing is you'll be going up against the wall in the tuck handstand. Okay? So the way this works is you will be putting your back against the wall. Even though I said you can't do it unless your coach says it, that's what I'm saying right now is you can do it. So we're going to be doing negatives. Okay, team? So however you want to get up into your handstand, you might want to just go hands on the floor, kicking up and resting, or you might want to go feet apart, bum hits the wall, pulling up, and then pull the bum off the wall, whatever you want to do. From here, make sure your hips are over your body. You might not be in the straightest position. You're going to drag your feet down and then curve down. Now the goal with this, maybe I should have rearranged that angle a bit more. The goal with this is to do it as slow as possible. The one I just did then was quite fast. So I'll kick back up again, I'll show you a nice slow one. So, from here I tuck down and then slowly pushing my head into the wall. I'm trying to tuck down and get my feet to the floor. So that was the medium speed one. I'll show you a really slow one now. So it's a negative, which means we're just moving down. Control, control, control. Curving under and down. Okay, team? So I want you guys to give it a go. You're going to do 3 all up. I'm not going to do them again, but you guys will. So, hands on the floor, kicking up against the wall. From here, squeezing everything together, making sure you're bracing your head or shoulders against the wall, curling down through the feet, and then feet all the way down to the floor. I'll join you for the second one, so shake out those wrists. So you're up in your handstand, tucking your bum, pull your tummy in, rolling down nice and slow to the floor. Let's do one more time. Kicking up. You're going to bend your heels down, pulling forwards, feet hit the floor. Alright, just 1 second. Cool. Okay, team, shake out those wrists. We're going to move on. So shake out those wrists, of course. Doing some of these ones. So that's our introduction to the tuck handstand. Up next, we're going to do a elbow stand. Cool, we're already there. Great, how do we go for time? Okay. So the elbow handstand team, I'm going to show you first. Now let me just run around with my camera. I'm so sorry getting so many close-up shots of my neck. So team, a elbow handstand. Be so bad if I ate dirt right now doing this. So team, essentially there's a couple of different methods. I like to just do flat hands and flat palms. An elbow handstand looks like this. Now team, if you feel comfortable at home, feel free to do this. You could also think about, don't do anything just yet, doing it in a splits position here. So I want you to decide now which one you're going to do. Okay team? Now, what I do is, on the floor, I think about trying to make sure I have triangular energy. I'm pushing my hands to the floor and my elbows into the floor. My hands end up looking like I'm going for a, a manicure? Yeah? I'm putting my hands together, my thumbs under, and pushing down through my elbows. Some people, however, like to grip their hands together and push their elbows to the floor too. It's really up to you, whatever works. Now, don't do it just yet. To make this work, you need to get your bum up over your head if you're in straight or splits. Splits will be easier if you do a splits position. With this team, a lot of people I see push up into the elbow handstand like this. And you can see how my bum isn't really moving that much. Think about our tuck handstand. You need to get your bum stacked up and over your head to get yourself in the right position, okay? Now, that might be really scary for you. You might worry about falling forwards and over. Make sure you're not going to hit anything if you do roll over. And if you do fall, think about getting your chin down to your chest so you can roll out nice and easy. And it might also help if you have some kind of mat or mattress you can put there to land on just in case you go over. Okay, team, so watching. One more time. I have my hands pushing to the floor. My elbows pushing to the floor and I create a triangular energy. Okay, team? From here, I'm going to do a straight handstand for everyone because it's slightly harder. One leg at a time, I'm in a very small kind of lunge position. I kick my legs up into the air, my bum is over my head, I'm pushing into my elbows and pushing into my hands to keep me balanced. Okay, I'm trying not to rest my head on my hands at all as I do my balance. Okay team, so give it a go now. Feel, where is your bum going? Are you balancing by rocking between your hands and your knees? Okay, I'll do a couple as well. I'm going to hold my hands together this time so you guys can see it too. So I'm gripping my hands together. I'm going up into a split shape. Pushing up, everyone give it a go. Alright team, let's do 3 more of those. Every time thinking about what is my body doing, what can I feel? Is my bum over my head? Am I holding my hands tight enough and allowing myself to rock forwards, or am I pushing my hands into the floor as much as I can? Okay, let's do it 3 more times. Think about, are you going for 5 seconds or 10 seconds? Ideally, you want to get the 5 seconds and then set your next goal for that 10 seconds. Let's go again. Cool. Okay team, so if you have a nice safe space and you're comfortable, practice those at home during the week. Of course, if you don't feel comfortable, if you're worried, if it doesn't feel safe, please don't do it. Injuries are the worst and we don't want anyone getting hurt. Okay team? Okay, so superstars. I'm going to fix up my camera. Sorry everyone. So superstars are making sure that you cool down properly. So watching me, we're just going to circle our wrist while I talk. During the week, I recommend you maybe even go back to our first lesson. That's got the kind of the most you're probably going to get out of conditioning at home work. Go through that lesson, even if you go through, write down all the exercises and do it just by yourself, to save you a bit more time, because I do talk a lot in our first episode. This episode today, it kind of was just unlocking your bodies and movement and the pathways for getting up into a handstand through the tuck position. Next week, I'm going to introduce you guys to the headstand, which will be really, really fun. Oh, we've already done that one. Let's do some twisting, as well as some balance-orientated handstand training, which will be really, really fun too. Remember team, if you have any questions in my NICA, post it in the comments below. I'm a member of the short course group, so you should actually be able to tag my name, Mark Graham. If you tag me, there's a very high chance I'll see it. I'll try and check in with all the videos, of course, over the next couple of weeks, just to make sure I don't miss anyone's questions. If you don't hear back from us or you want a guaranteed reply, you could also email Paula at the Short Courses office and she can forward the emails to me. So yeah team, I really recommend going over episode 1 and the conditioning video that we posted last week. And yeah, stay happy, stay safe, and I will see you guys all for our next lesson in 1 week. Bye everyone! How do I turn this off?